10 minutes. Give me 2 seconds to double check this sound and whatnot. Make sure everything's too wild. Well, I was nervous for a second. The notification didn't go out. It just came through. Yo, that volume is very sensitive. That's a very sensitive mic. Y'all hear that? All right, we're going to go ahead and get started now. Let's clap it up. All right, Shalom, Israel. We are the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. Started out at 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commandant General Yohana. We are not affiliated with any other Christian organizations or any other religious institutions, you understand, like the Muslim mosque or anything like that. The ISUPK is the home of the truth, and if it is not in the ISUPK, it is not the truth. You get that? Since 1969, the ISUPK has been bringing out the truth of the Bible, teaching every so-called Black, every so-called Hispanic, every so-called Native American, and the so-called West Indians, you understand, that we are the true Jews that the Bible speaks of. We are the Most High's favorite and chosen people, you understand, that are scattered abroad to the four corners of the earth, and that have discontinued from our heritage. And we are the lost sheep that Christ came and died for. You understand? And it's high time that we return to the Most High's laws, statutes, and commandments so that we can receive our inheritance, man. So that we can receive, so that he can honor his end of the covenant that he made with Abraham. You understand? Our forefather. You understand? Where he'll set us on high above all the nations of the earth, if we'll just hearken and obey and do all that he commanded us to do. And our oppressor's been so crafty at, putting a roadblock, you understand, or a barrier in the way of that. You know what I mean? That one thing that can actually solve all of our problems is the one thing that our oppressor has masterfully separated us from. You understand? So again, that's why we find ourselves in the condition that we're in. That's why we die at a rate, disproportionate to every other ethnic demographic, right? That's why we fill up the prison systems disproportionately. You understand? That's why our families are broken. That's why, that's why all of our stories, all of our individual stories are so similar to everyone else's story in terms of, how we were raised, father not in the house, father on drugs, father in jail, it's all so similar and familiar when we hear about these tragedies, you understand, and these misfortunes, right? But that's because, again, we as a people are not obeying the Most High. So he allows the same old to happen to us. When we keep doing the same old, then we're going to keep getting the same old results. You get what I'm saying? They say the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and over again, but expecting different results each time. That's insane. You can't. That's pretty much what's been going on with us in terms of our practices and our customs and our traditions and our beliefs and our values. All of the things that we've been taught to hold dear and to cherish are things that don't really benefit us or aid us in improving our circumstances or improving our condition. Those very things actually aid in our destruction. You understand? Like, you just take drug addiction for a second. We use drugs to numb the pain of reality. right? You get high because you're so depressed or you're so stressed, you're so worried, and you're just so depressed and you're so bummed out. You just get high so that you can forget about all of that for a moment, right? And then that high wears off, and there you are back in the moment. You understand? Or you get caught with that stuff you're getting high with, and now that moment, that circumstance just got worse, didn't it? You understand? Now you're dealing with a drug charge. You understand? Now your license is suspended. Now you've lost your job. You understand? In some cases, now you've lost your kids. It goes from bad to worse when we do the things that we think are pacifying us and satisfying us and helping us get through it. But in reality, it really is just digging a bigger hole for us. You understand? Or we overdose on the drugs. You understand what I'm saying? Or we go broke trying to feed this drug habit, and now bills aren't getting paid. Do you see like the cause and effect? Well, it's not just that. That doesn't just happen with drugs. You understand? This wicked holiday that our people are so immersed in this time of year, it is a very similar uh, idea. You get what I'm saying? Like, it's the idea that, what, during the Christmas season, let's just put all the stress and the anxiety and all the worries aside, and let's just exhibit some Christmas cheer, right? You look all bummed out, they tell you, man, you need to get into the holiday spirit, huh? They sing you these songs and your jingle bells and fa la 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 la, right? And I guess life is sweet for the moment, huh? But then there's the reality of the aftermath. Now all the presents. Imagine, I remember the messes that were to be cleaned up after the Christmas presents were opened. Damn disaster in the house, or is it just me? That's very symbolic of how this is on a larger scale. You understand? You go out, you buying these gifts, you buying these gifts. A lot of times, not even thinking about the cost. You understand? You're just grabbing this for such and such, and this for them. And, ooh, gotta get something for them. Oh, if you're gonna get something for this nephew, you gotta get something for his brothers and sisters. They gotta get, before you know it, man. You thousands of dollars in the hole, man. Trying to do Christmas. You understand? And you dish them gifts out, and everybody's smiling, everybody's happy. And then Christmas is over, man. Christmas is over, and it's time to go to work off that debt that we just accrued, huh? Now we the bills we were already behind on. Now we're even further behind on. Again, it's just a vicious cycle, man. And again, the Most High tried to warn us about that. He warned us about following heathen customs. He knew these customs that would be presented to us as though they provide some sort of relief or some sort of satisfaction or some sort of warmth, some sort of comfort. It really just aids in our misery. You understand? I heard General Muhammad break down the other night about how, depression is it is very prominent this time of year because, in a nutshell, it contrasts so much to what everybody is kind of putting on, the show everybody else is putting on, all of the cheer and the glee, right? All the music and the bells, and again, the fa la 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 la, and everybody's just so damn upbeat. I mean, if you've got an ounce of sadness, you know what I'm saying? It's going to feel, you know what I mean? You're going to feel even worse because everybody else is, their happiness seems so turned up. And I'm emphasizing the word seems. You get what I'm saying? So that's why people get desperate this time of year, man. People get depressed because, I mean, look, everybody else is rocking and rolling, man. It's that time of year where it's time to put up or shut up. And I've got nothing to put up. So that's why crimes spike this time of year. Well, maybe if I go obtain some things, I'll be happy like them. I don't have the money to obtain these things, so maybe I gotta go take something from someone. Maybe I gotta go up in this house. I mean, I'm seeing them down the street. They getting Amazon packages delivered every day. I'm sure there's some stuff up in there I could come up out of there with. So then you get this sense of uh, desperation, and we just start making irrational decisions that lead to consequences, man, negative consequences. All because we want to participate in a heathen tradition, a heathen custom, when the Most High told us not to. Wouldn't we be better off if we could just ignore that nonsense? Wouldn't we be better off if the trees and the lights and the music and whatnot, we understood what it was and we knew that it wasn't for us. We understood how fake it was. You understand? We knew how vain it was, how empty it is, despite how they may try to dress it up. No matter what they do to that Christmas tree, we know it's just a dead tree that's going in the garbage. So if we could detach ourselves from the desire and the envy to want, whatever fake happiness that brings, wouldn't we be in better shape? That's what the Most High was trying to protect us from, man. And that's the thing. If we serve the Most High like we serve, Christmas, wouldn't we be better off as a nation, man? You understand? If everybody, served the Most High with the same vigor and the same zeal that we put into celebrating Christmas and all of these heathen holidays, New Year's, Thanksgiving, all of that trash, if we would put that same effort into serving the Most High, the Most High would be moved to do something about our condition. You understand? But we choose to keep doing the same old, and we could thank the Christian church for that. You understand? We could thank our leadership for that, because in the Christian church, they're the ones that reinforce this nonsense. The Christian church has a Christmas tree in there. They teach that the Christmas tree and this Christmas time of year is all about Jesus. What you say, you can't have Christmas without Christ? Oh, they so smooth with their little words, ain't they? And the candy cane is the letter J for Jesus. Ain't they clever? Oh, they're formidable, man. But in the kingdom of heaven, the Bible says that whoever shall teach, sin and teach men to do so shall be called least in the kingdom of heaven. And that's why, you understand? You're not fit to be a leader of the Most High's people if you're going to mislead them. So in the kingdom of heaven, TD Jakes won't lead anyone. You understand? He'll clean up after everything, after everybody is done. You get what I'm saying? Like, he'll sweep. You understand? He'll take orders from troopers in the ISUPK. You understand? So we're going to go into the scriptures, man, about this again. What more could we say, man? Christmas is a heathen custom. We'll break it down. Let's get Jeremiah 10:1. We'll show you Christmas, you understand, in the Bible. And then we'll show you the Most High saying, don't, not just Christmas, but don't participate in heathen customs. That's how heathens get down. They're immature. You understand? They're not sophisticated. They think they know everything, but they know nothing, right? And they just do dumb stuff. And our people have this weakness where we, for whatever reason, we want to be just like them for some reason. Like it's a strange thing. Like, despite how dumb their customs are, we as a people always kind of fall for, well, it doesn't look so bad. You know what I mean? And there's another scripture I'm going to pull out too. That's really heavy about children, man. You understand? Like, what are we doing to our children when we do this? Someone got Jeremiah chapter 10, verse 1. All right. I was going to say nice and loud, but that camera has an excellent microphone on it. So, I don't think we need to be as loud as maybe even we've been, but just you definitely do want to articulate clearly so that it can pick you up. All right. Someone got that? You just go ahead and read.
Jeremiah chapter 10, verse 1. Hear ye the word which the Lord speaketh unto you.
Hear ye the word which the Lord speaketh unto you, man. Go ahead.
O house of Israel.
Oh, who?
House of Israel.
America.
Israel.
Egyptians.
Israel.
Africans.
Israel.
Chinese.
Israel.
Japanese.
Israel.
Irish.
Israel.
Russian.
Israel.
Australian.
Israel.
The Most High is talking to the children of Israel. Blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans, West Indians, you understand? Argentinians, you know. This is the Most High talking to us. Let's hear what he has to say.
Verse 2. Thus saith the Lord, learn not the way of the heathen.
Do what?
Learn not the way of the heathen.
Do learn?
Not learn.
Learn not the way of the heathen, man. We are not supposed to, again, not that we're not supposed to know about it, but we're not supposed to do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're not supposed to practice it. We're not supposed to participate in it. We're not supposed to subscribe to it. It doesn't say that they're not going to do it around us. You understand? It doesn't say that it's not going to happen, that you're not going to see it. That's not what it says. It says don't learn their ways. Don't be like, man, like, how can I turn Christmas up another notch from what I did last year and the year before? Like, you know, going all out, trying to keep up with them and the latest fad and the latest, you know, adjustment to the whole custom. It says, learn not the way of the heathen. Go ahead.
And be not dismayed at the signs of heaven.
And what?
And be not dismayed at the signs of heaven.
It says, be not dismayed at the signs of heaven, man. What does it mean to be dismayed? Someone look that up. Someone got that? What does it mean to be dismayed? Someone got Miriam?
It says dismayed, cause someone to feel consternation and distress.
Right, to feel distress, to feel fear or panic. You understand? Like, feel, you know what I mean? What does this mean? You understand? What you're going to find is like, all right, heathens get really bugged out about things that happen naturally, okay? Like, they get bugged out over the sunrise. You understand? Like, what is this thing? You know what I mean? It lights up the sky, you know. They get bugged out over the moon. Oh, wow, look, it was a full moon. Now it's like, where'd the rest of the moon go? You know what I mean? Like, it's only half of a moon. Where'd the other half go? You know, like, they get real bugged out over natural occurrences. So I don't know if you guys know, but there's something called the winter solstice. You guys familiar with that? The winter solstice and summer solstice? Anybody know anything about that? All right. So the winter solstice is basically a day within a year. Well, all right, let me break it down like this. You guys familiar with daylight savings time? What happens with daylight savings time? Someone, good. Maserati.
You lose or you gain an hour?
Yeah. Our oppressor has to adjust the hours of the clock, you understand, to compensate for the, like, how much sun we're getting during the day. Because during the winter time, the sun isn't up in the sky as long as it is during the summertime. You understand? So in the winter time, like starting in about fall or whatnot, the days start to get shorter and shorter and shorter because the sun is kind of like, well, the earth is revolving around the sun in such a way that the sun it's kind of hitting us at an angle where it's like kind of coming off a little bit lower. It'll look like it's kind of not going all the way up 12 o'clock noon. You dig what I'm saying? It kind of comes over at an angle. Well, the winter solstice is the point in which, again, every day the sun is getting, it's getting darker and darker, earlier and earlier. The winter solstice is the day that the sun is actually, it's basically the shortest day of the year, basically. It's that point where the sun goes across the sky, and then the next day, the day is like a minute longer. The day is a minute longer. So it's like that point at where the sun's lower, 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 then it stops, and then it starts to come back up. You understand? So winter solstice. So they're looking at the daggone, sundials or whatnot, the shadows, and they're like, oh my God, what just happened? You understand? The sun, this, stopped going down, down, and now it's coming back up. And so they bug out and do all kinds of weird stuff, and they worship that whole thing. They create a whole holiday around it, all types of festivals and weird traditions. You understand? So it's no shocker. Like this year, I believe it was December 21st. Okay. It was December 21st. Again, it always falls around Christmas time. You understand? Or Christmas time always falls near the equinox. Again, so it's just another way that the pagans, heathens, try to conjure up some sort of relevance to things that just occur naturally, because they don't believe in the true God. You understand? They don't believe in the Most High. You can go ahead and keep reading from there. So you got the winter solstice, which is like the shortest day of the year. Then you got the summer solstice, which is actually the longest day in the year. You understand? Then you got your two equinoxes in like the fall and the spring, where it's like, let's say it's like equal amount or something like that. Like it's the same amount of day as it is night. Like it's like right smack in the middle. Anywho, moving on. Be not dismayed at the signs of heaven. Go ahead.
For the heathen are dismayed at them.
The heathen are dismayed at them. They think it's a sign that they better do something for a God. You understand? They I don't know what this means, but I know we got to do something. You understand? And they get all bugged out, and out of fear, they do dumb things. They do things that are irrational, things that don't make sense. You get that? Which is why the Most High said, don't. Your parents used to tell you, you get in trouble, and you're like, well, such and such was doing it. And they said, well, if they jumped off a bridge, would you jump? No, I wouldn't jump. Well, this is the equivalent of us jumping off of a bridge because, some heathen nation around us jumps off of a bridge. So if they go cut a tree out of the forest and put it in their house, you understand, decorate it and worship it, are you? The answer is supposed to be no. We're supposed to say, no, I ain't doing that dumb. No, that's nonsense. It's supposed to be no. But what do? We buy a bigger tree. We put more gold on it. We put more lights. You understand? Go ahead, keep reading, bro.
Verse 3. For the customs of the people are vain.
For the what?
Customs of the people are vain.
Anybody know what customs are? Customs. I ain't talking about immigration and the border. You know what I mean? It's traditions. The things we do every year. It's our custom to, after Thanksgiving, put a tree up. You understand? Decorate that thing. Leave that thing up until New Year. I guess until after Christmas. Whatever, right? Decorate it. Put all little family pictures. Put the black angel on top. Like that solidifies it, right? Or a star. Put gifts on it. That's a custom. You understand? Those practices that we do ritually and routinely. Those customs, all right? It says, for the customs of the people are vain, empty, useless. You understand? Like it's pointless. It's dumb. It's a more politically correct way to say dumb. The customs of the people are dumb. You understand? Heathen customs are dumb. I'll say it. They're dumb. We should not be doing them. And if we take 2 seconds to think about it, maybe we'll see that it's kind of dumb, and maybe refrain. I say just try it. I mean, just anybody who's kind of on the fence about it. I mean, because the ISUPK has been bringing out this truth since 1969, so it's not the first time people have heard, that maybe we shouldn't be celebrating Christmas, right? But I mean, just try it 1 year. Just 1 year. Just don't do Christmas one time. Just try it, man, and see if you're not in a better position. You understand? After the holiday, and we're gonna finish this up. Not get into that. Go ahead, brother. For the customs of the people are vain. Go ahead.
For one cutteth a tree out of the forest.
They do what?
Cutteth a tree out of the forest.
They cut a tree out of the forest, a perfectly fine tree. They cut it out of the forest, and I guess they go build a house with it, right? Go ahead.
The work of the hands of the workman.
The work of the hands of the workman. Go ahead.
With the axe.
With the axe. So the workman goes, he cuts down the tree. Now, again, surely he's going to do something productive with this tree. Surely he's going to go build some shelter, you understand? Or make some tools, or make some weapons, or build a fence, or, put it to use, right? Wouldn't that make sense? If you're going to go cut something down, a tree out of the forest, you're going to use it for firewood? Like set it on fire and make heat with it. Wouldn't those be practical applications and reasons to cut a tree down? But no, they are dismayed. They got spooked by some sign of heaven. The sun. What just happened with the sun? What's going on? What? No, it just did something different today. Did y'all see that? Yo, we better do something completely irrational. Let's go get a tree out of the forest. Go ahead.
Verse 4. They deck it with silver and with gold.
Again?
They deck it with silver and with gold.
One more time.
They deck it with silver and with gold.
So they didn't make a house with it. You understand? They didn't build a shed. They didn't make farm tools with it. They didn't, make a fence. They didn't, didn't make a staff out of it. Didn't do anything practical with it. They decorated it. They decorated it. They dressed it up like a doll. Like a doll. They played dress up with the tree with silver and gold, man. They put things of value on this thing that they just cut out of the forest. This thing that could be used to heat things. You could cook some food on top of some burning wood. I don't know if you know that or not. You could have done something practical with the wood, but you decorate it as though it's something valuable, although it's something important. Go ahead.
They fasten it with nails and with hammers.
They fasten it with nails and hammers. Go ahead.
That it move not.
That it move not. I don't know if you used to see the Christmas trees back in the day, but they would take like 2 pieces of wood and make like a X. You see what I'm saying? They were like a plus or an X, however you want to call it. And then they would fasten those 2 pieces of wood. They would nail that to the bottom of the tree so that the tree would stand up. You know what I mean? So it wouldn't topple over, right? Because again, you cut it off of its trunk. You know what I mean? It was standing up just fine, dum-dum. You cut it down, and now you got to try to stand it back up again. So you nail 2 other pieces of wood at the base of it so that it can stand up. It's nonsense to me. So it don't fall. Go ahead.
Verse 5. They are upright as the palm tree.
Upright as the palm tree. Go ahead.
But speak not.
They speak not. Like this thing that you just dressed up in all this silver and this gold, it can't even speak, man. This thing don't talk. This thing don't tell you no answers. This thing don't tell you, give you any advice. It doesn't tell you whether or not to be a drug addict. It doesn't tell you whether or not to be a homosexual. It doesn't tell you whether or not to leave your husband. It doesn't tell you anything. But you just put a rack of gold and silver on it. Go ahead.
They must needs be born,
Go ahead.
because they cannot go.
Go ahead.
Be not afraid of them.
Be not afraid of them. Don't be afraid of this tree. Like this tree is not, it's just a tree. It's a thing. It's an object. What can it do to you? But here we are decorating it as though there will be some price to pay if we don't. Go ahead.
For they cannot do evil.
They can't do what?
Evil.
Like that tree can't hurt you, man. Listen, this is the reality, right? We are so afraid. Like that's the problem. We're afraid. We are afraid of what will happen if we don't celebrate Christmas. That's the real. Anybody who knows the truth about Christmas and can't put their foot down and I'm not doing it this year. They're just afraid of what will happen if they don't. They're afraid of what will happen if they don't get their kids presents and put them under a tree. If they don't put the tree in their house, they're afraid of the backlash and what people might say and how relatives might feel about them. And family members might, oh, they in some cult, they on some weird stuff. They don't even celebrate Christmas. You're afraid to be talked about? Lord be with you. It's a rough road. I tell you what, teach your children that. Teach your children to do things based on what people might say about them. Okay? Teach your daughters that their friends are going to want to peer pressure her into being a whore, right? Tell her so that her friends don't call her scared and chicken, you understand? And tell her stop acting all stuck up, right? So that her friends don't talk about her. She should just succumb to their pressure and do what would make them not talk about her, right? It's the same logic, right? Is that how we should raise our children? So again, if you're scared to not celebrate Christmas because of what people might say, I mean, Lord be with you. You understand? If you're scared, let me tell you another little thing I've learned in this short life, right? If you're scared of disappointing your children by not doing Christmas, by not buying them gifts for Christmas, they're going to hate you anyway because you're not getting them the very things that they really want. Okay? Like if you're not getting them the Xbox Series X and the PlayStation 5 and all the new sneakers that just came out, you understand? And the jewelry, all the clothes that if you're not getting them everything, they're going to hate you anyway. They're going to be, I want to say hate, they're going to be disappointed anyway. You understand? They're going to be mad at you anyway because they asked for it. It is Christmas time, isn't it? You understand? Ain't I supposed to make a list? What's the point in making a list if I don't get anything that's on my list? Huh? Oh, you gave them a budget. You said make a list of things that you want that's under $20 a piece or under $100. But the things I want cost $200. So I can't get what I want anyway? This sucks. This sucks, man. Huh? You got me some, you open up Christmas presents. Like, you got me some socks. You got me some underwear. Huh? You got me some t-shirts. Where's the Xbox? Huh? Where are the Jordans? Where are the KD? The KD still got shoes coming out. The LeBron Jameses, I know them joints be coming out. Damn things $200 some a piece, man. And Kyrie's. Yeah. I mean, your kid's gonna be mad at you on Christmas anyway. Why don't you do yourself a favor and save the money, let them be mad, and learn a lesson about being materialistic? You understand? Like teach them something valuable this season. Teach them something that'll actually make them better adults in life, make them more responsible and more disciplined and more mature. Because ain't that life? As an adult, you get everything you wanted for Christmas. They trip me out with the commercials where they got the car with the bow on it. You know how many years I've wanted that freaking car, y'all, when I was in the world? I never got the car with the bow on it. Did you, sis? You're not giving no car with no bow on it. I wanted it, though. But as an adult, you know, it's not how life works, is it? You don't always get what you want, do you? But we set our children up with this expectation year after year, year after year. And that carries into adulthood, man. Like that thing grows and it swells year after year. And before you know it, you got a young lady that's willing to do anything for what she wants. She has a craving for a Prada bag. Do they sell Prada bag? Is that a thing? That's popular still? Or what is it? Michael Kors or Coach? She want that bag? Oh, what she won't do for that bag. Because we've primed that desire and that want and that wish list and that expectation. We primed it, man. Following behind a vain heathen custom. When there is again, nothing bad will happen if you don't celebrate Christmas. Like nothing bad will happen, man. Everybody understand that? All right. Hold on, I just got a message. Give me 1 second. Maserati, you need to reply to that messenger. No sweat. So yeah, where was I? Sorry, we could drop that, man. Again, the Most High says, you know, learn not the ways of the heathens, man. You understand? That's because we're better people. Let me get Deuteronomy 7:6. Get Deuteronomy 7:6. Yeah, we get so. I know the peer pressure. This is a strong holiday. Like the Christmas demons are strong. I'll give them that. But we're supposed to be stronger. We're supposed to be stronger than that. Like it's you come into the ISUPK, you'll see that it's not impossible for darn sure. You understand? Like you'll see brothers and sisters who rock out year after year and could care less about Christmas. You understand? Like Christmas does not. You don't even miss it. That was one thing I always thought I would miss Christmas. Like that would be one thing that every year when it comes up, it's like, I gotta fight it. It's not even a fight. You understand? It's more of a disgust every time it comes around. It's like, my people are still doing this. You get what I'm saying? Like we're still doing this. You got that? Go ahead. Deuteronomy 7:6.
Deuteronomy chapter 7, verse 6. For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God.
For thou art a holy people unto the Lord thy God, man. We are supposed to be separate to the Most High. Doesn't matter what everybody else does. Go ahead.
The Lord thy God hath chosen thee to be a special people.
The Lord thy God chose us to be a special people, man. Not just different, but special. You understand? Special, like it's better. Like we're better. He chose us to be better people and not to be bugged out over a tree. You understand? Or the sun or someone's birthday. Like we are certainly expected to be better than that. Go ahead.
Unto himself,
Unto himself. Go ahead.
above all people.
Above all people, man. This didn't say equal to. This didn't say just like. This damn for sure didn't say beneath. We are supposed to be a special people above all people. How can you be above if you're constantly doing the same things? How can you be above if you're gonna emulate someone? You understand? If you're gonna emulate and imitate the oppressor, how can you be better than him? What it said, imitation is the highest form of flattery. And here we are imitating our oppressor with at every holiday he celebrates. We celebrate it again. We try to turn it up a notch. I mean, we're supposed to be a holy people, man, separate, above all people. Go ahead.
That are upon the face of the earth.
They're on the face. This excludes no one else on the planet. You understand that? This doesn't leave it doesn't leave anyone off the table. You're the Most High's chosen people. You're special. You're supposed to be above everyone else on the face of the earth. That's pretty clear. You understand? And the only way we can do that is by our conduct. You understand? This like our people that trip me out. We walk around calling ourselves gods and kings, like that's making a damn difference. You passing the blunt to the god and the king next to you. Like, yo, what is going on? We have to change our conduct. We have to change what we do. You understand? We have to be better. And it comes with the customs and traditions, man. We got our own customs that we have to follow. You understand? The Most High told us, like, we celebrate the Feast of Hanukkah, man. That was a couple weeks ago, man. I'll trade that. You understand? Not that I necessarily need a trade, but what about the Most High's, holidays? What about the days that he thinks are important? What about the Feast of Tabernacles? Huh? What about the memorial blowing of the trumpets? What about those important days that the Most High wants us to honor? We don't honor none of those. We ignore those. We act like those ain't even in Leviticus. We act like that's not even, the Christian church acts like that stuff is just but water under the bridge, I guess. I don't know if that's the right term, but they act like they don't exist. You haven't heard of none of these in the Christian church. And these are the Most High's, the God of this Bible. These are his holy days that he told us to celebrate and to observe. We don't celebrate none of them, though. But we will prop up a Christmas tree. Huh? And sing, have the stinking choir sing all the Christmas tunes. You understand? Try to jazz them up to some gospel organ. You understand? But it's all just for show. It's all just entertainment. It's all just a catalyst to push our oppressor's agenda and to further devastate our people by keeping us lost and confused. You understand? But by keeping our identity hidden from us, man. That's why it's so important. That's why we start every class, every speaking with that announcement that we've been bringing out the truth of the Bible since 1969, that every so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native American and West Indian and Argentinian and Guatemalan, Panamanian, you understand? All of those brothers, we're the 12 tribes of Israel, man. We're the Most High's favorite people, man. We are not heathens. We are not, silly, tree worshipers. You understand? We're not silly sun worshipers. We don't worship beetles. You understand? We don't worship, Greek mythology and Zeus and lightning bolts and all kinds of trash. We're the Most High. We're supposed to worship the Most High. And that's just, how do you worship the Most High? You keep his laws, statutes, and commandments. You obey him. That's it. There's no other way to do that. You understand? There's no other way to do that. When his law, statutes, and commandments say, ignore that garbage, you get what I'm saying? When it says learn not, ain't that like the same as ignore it? You know what I'm saying? Like, ignore that. Carolers better not come down our street this year, sis. I'm just telling you. They're gonna be in for a rude awakening. You know what I'm saying? Like, go to everybody else's house if you want to for that garbage. You understand? Don't come to this doorstep. It's gonna be a problem. I may ignore you as long as you're over there. You come on this property with that madness. It's gonna be a scene. You don't think I'm a damn Karen. Yeah, you're making all this noise. Hell out of here. People trying to sleep. Lord Christ. All right, let's get Deuteronomy 8 and 6, man. Since we in Deuteronomy 8 and 6. We ain't supposed to celebrate Christmas, man. I know that's a struggle for brothers and sisters that's newly into the truth. You understand? This might be some of our first years, having to make that consideration. You understand? Should I like, damn, what about the kids? You know what I mean? Like, my mom, what's she gonna say if I don't get her a present? Like, damn, grandma, everybody who's used to you getting them things. That awkward conversation where they've gotten you things. And it's like la off the water. You know what I'm saying? I'm good on that. Ooh, you gonna have some controversy this year. You understand? But what don't kill you make you stronger. You understand? And take that on. Take pride in that. Take that as an opportunity to share this truth. You understand? They're not sitting in these classes. You understand? They're not tuning in to General Mahina's classes or the Baltimore classes or headquarters. Like, they're not tuning into these things. They're not watching Commanding General Yohana's radio show. You understand? And cross the line. They're not hearing this information. I know it's being broadcast on all these networks, all social media, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter. Hell, we are on TikTok. You understand? This information is out there. Your people might not have heard it, man. This is going to be a glorious opportunity for you to make your election sure. You understand? Show them you've chosen, man. I'm going to serve the God of the Bible rather than anger him. You understand? Doing something that he, worshiping some vain custom, some Christmas tree. Yeah, you might impress somebody. You might impress a family member. You might win somebody over. You understand? You might fish somebody into this truth, man. But by your courage this year. Huh? By your strength this year. By your honor this year. You might fish somebody into this school, man. You understand that? Someone might be impressed by your wisdom, with your knowledge of, it says in the Bible that we shouldn't be celebrating Christmas. And you show them Jeremiah 10. And they said, they're like, damn, you truly are a biblical scholar. Because I've never seen that in all my years. I doubt my pastor has, because he's got a nice Christmas tree in the church. Got the damn congregation hanging up dollar bills on the tree. Any of y'all ever seen that? Oh, that's a thing. That's a thing. Google it. That's a thing. Listen, be strong this season. You understand? Be encouraged. Be strong. Don't be weak and fold under a little bit of pressure. You understand? To jump off the bridge because your friends did it. You understand? Be strong. You got that? Deuteronomy 8 and 6.
Okay, one time.
All right, come on.
Deuteronomy chapter 8, verse 6.
Go ahead.
Therefore thou shalt keep the commandments of the Lord thy God, to walk in his ways and to fear him.
Read that again.
Therefore thou shalt keep the commandments of the Lord thy God.
We should keep the commandments of the Lord thy God, man. He commanded us not to serve other gods, to envy envy thou not the oppressor. You understand? Don't worship idols. You understand? Have no other gods before him. It's all over. God done. Bow down. Don't bow down thyself to them. Exodus 20 and 5. Psalm 81. Have no strange God. Josiah 24 and 14. Put away other gods. Read that again.
Therefore thou shalt keep the commandments of the Lord thy God.
The Most High commanded us not to serve other gods, man, and worship other gods and not to worship idols. You understand? Go ahead.
To walk in his ways.
Walk.
And to fear.
It says walk in his ways. Walk in his ways, man. Did Christ worship idols? Now, you ain't never heard of that. There was always brothers in the truth, though. Like, damn it. Was it the three brothers, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego? Like, there was some wicked king that wanted them to bow down and worship some garbage, and they refused. You understand? They refused to. And because they refused to worship another god, they were thrown into a furnace. You understand? They were meant to be executed. Now imagine the type of courage, you understand, and strength that takes. You understand? If you don't celebrate Christmas, we're going to throw you in this furnace, man. But we fold under the idea. We fold to children. We fold to 6-month-old children, man, that can't even talk or anything yet. And we're going to celebrate Christmas. We're going to go get them a stocking and buy them pacifiers and, teething toys and all of that. You understand, with the Christmas tree nonsense. The baby can't even be mad. The baby has no clue. And but in your mind, that's enough pressure to make you fold and sin against the Most High. When these three brothers were willing to die. Spoiler alert, they didn't die. The Most High was with them in that furnace. You understand? Sent angels to guard them. They came out of the furnace. I don't even think they smelled like smoke when they came out. You understand? So what do you think is going to happen to you if you don't celebrate Christmas? You think that child going to be any more mad at you than they already are? Huh? They're going to turn it up to another degree. They're already mad because you don't let them twerk on TikTok. If you don't let them twerk. You got that daughter, you get on her about TikTok challenges, she's already mad at you. You understand? Add Christmas to the list. You're not getting presents. We're not putting a Christmas tree. We're not singing songs. We're not doing that. You understand? We're going to serve the God of the Bible. We're going to be honorable people because we are special to the Most High. Everybody else can do whatever the hell they want. That's fine. We're not here to stop anybody else from doing Christmas. Rock out. This whole town is lit up. Main Street, lights, wreaths, you name it. I'm sure they got something glorious planned for Friday night or something like that. Friday or Saturday, I'm sure. But again, we have to separate ourselves from that. You understand? The last scripture I'm gonna get, my favorite one, Revelations 18 and 4. I always say it's my favorite one. When y'all gonna call me on that? When y'all gonna say, Salakia, Last time you said such and such was your favorite verse, or whatnot. Actually, before you do that one, let me get Psalms 106 and 35. Yeah, let me get Psalms 106 and 35. We got a little bit of time. Not much. We got a little bit of time. Oh, I see your response, boy. What it do, though? What it do? What you trying to do? That sound fire. I'm trying to tell you. I'm trying to tell you.
Psalms 106, verse 35. But were mingled among the heathen and learned their works.
All right, that was us, man. We ain't that us. We mingle among the heathen, man. We sit here, we try to blend right in. We try to act just like them. Try to melt into this melting pot and just become them. Go ahead.
And they served their idols.
They did what?
And they served their idols.
When it says they serve their, like we serve their idols. You understand? This is talking about the children of Israel, man. We sit here mingling with the heathens. You left off the last part of verse 35. Get that? Start over at 35.
But were mingled among the heathen.
Mingling with the heathens. Did what?
And learned their works.
Did what?
And learned their works.
Learn their works. Oh, what do y'all do? Oh, you get a Christmas tree? How big a Christmas tree? Where you get it? From Walmart? A Food Line? You go get. Okay, go ahead.
And they served their idols.
We did what?
And they served their idols.
We decorated it.
They served their idols.
Put presents under it.
They served their idols.
Lit the candles on it. That's what the lights are, the little candles. You know, on an altar, you need candles, right? Got the lights on it. Go ahead.
Which were a snare unto them.
These idols were what?
A snare unto them.
Listen, man. It's a snare unto us. You understand? We teach our children to be materialistic and to be selfish and self-centered. You understand? Tell me that's not a chronic issue in our community, right? We go broke. We make very ill-advised financial decisions this time of year. You understand? For garbage. Read that part again.
And they served their idols, which were a snare unto them.
These idols are a snare unto us, man. A damn snare. Anybody ever heard of a house catching on fire because of a Christmas tree? Y'all ain't never heard of that? Well, you're fortunate. Happens all the time. You should Google it. You understand? There will be plenty of house fires. I'm sure there's already been, and you know, it ain't over yet. Plenty of house fires because you're taking a perfectly good tree, right? You're cutting it and then putting it up in the house where it will dry. You understand? It ain't getting rained on. You get what I'm saying? Those dumb lights and those cords sort of wrap the lights around it that were all tangled up last year, right? You understand? You got to go dig through them. All those little tiny bulbs. All it takes is one little short to ignite that whole freaking tree. You understand? And now your whole house is burnt down because you want to worship an idol. Talk about a snare. Imagine you understand, you sleeping in your bed, you smell smoke, and you got their whole damn tree on fire. Like, listen, that's a snare. Go ahead.
Yeah, they sacrificed their sons and their daughters unto devils.
Don't you know we sacrifice our sons and daughters to this devil? We put those gifts under the tree and our kids come and they sit around this idol and they take in these gifts. Like the parent serves the tree by putting the presents under the tree and the kids go receive from the tree. Can you picture that? Like, you know, in those scary movies where someone like sell their soul to the devil, you understand what I'm saying? The devil give you a gift or whatnot, you know, it always goes downhill from there. You get what I'm saying? It goes downhill from there. It's nothing but bad news after that. Our kids take them presents, man. Listen, they take those, you know, those shoes, those new Jordans, And there's some brother, in the world, they want them shoes up off them feet, man. They'll take your life to get those shoes that you got from that tree, man, or that new chain, huh? Or that new hat, right? Or someone will come in that house to see what you got for Christmas. They're gonna come through that window and go shopping, window shopping. You understand? You understand? And again, we sacrifice our sons and daughters. We instill so much wickedness in them by this practice. You understand? And it does so much damage. It does so much damage between the child and the parent when that parent didn't get them exactly what they wanted. And I mean, now that child hates their parent, and I'm not listening to you no more. You didn't get me, that Fortnite skin I wanted. I'm not fooling with you no more. I'm not listening to you. I'm not cleaning my room. I'm not taking baths. I'm not doing nothing you said. I'm gonna take it out on my teachers at school, forget my homework and all of that. All right. Let's go. Let me get Revelations 18:4. We could drop that. And ain't it better for kids to just get different things, like get stuff all year long? Ain't it better? Like, I mean, I know a little bit about video games, but damn, if you like, let's say NBA 2K, for example, the kids like to play that basketball game. Do you know, like, how stupid it is to get them the game, but they can't have it until Christmas? When the game comes out, like September, man. Or Madden, when's that come out? October? You can't play it till Christmas, though. That's weird. Wouldn't you rather just get the game when it drops? Or get the shoes when they come? You know what I mean? Like, it ain't nothing wrong with getting stuff for your kids. It is something wrong with funneling it through an idol. You understand? All right, someone got Revelation 18:4. Go ahead.
Revelation chapter 18, verse 4.
Go ahead.
And I heard another voice from heaven saying,
What did it say?
Come out of her.
Do what?
Come out of her.
It's telling the children of Israel to come out of her. This is talking about America and all of its wicked customs. Any nation that we might be scattered in, you understand, and oppressed in, and feeling like our only recourse and our only means of survival is to conform to the, our oppressors' customs and rituals and beliefs and ideologies and philosophies and values. The Most High is saying, come out of her. Like, don't put on their culture and think that that's how you'll survive. You understand? Like, don't put on their uniform and think that, okay, well, at least they won't kill me because I'm wearing the same uniform as them. I'm doing the same things that they're doing. I'm blending in. Why is that a dangerous thing? Read on.
My people, that ye be not partakers of her sins.
You put on that uniform of sin that they wear. You understand? Again, you're doing the same things they're doing. The same tree they got in their house, you got in your house. The same Christmas music they got blasting, you got blasting. Huh? They might just be playing like Elvis. And you might just be playing the Temptations, but it's all the same thing. You understand? It's the same songs. Go ahead.
And that ye receive not of her plagues.
So that what?
Ye receive not of her plagues.
The Most High is going to, like, he's going to deal with, you understand, this wickedness. You understand? Like, this wickedness is going to come to an end. It'll be cut off. You understand? The game will be over at some point. You don't want the game to end while you're wearing that team's uniform. You understand? If the game ends and you're wearing that team's uniform, and there's no way that they can win against the Most High, then what does that mean for you? Did you win or did you lose? You lost. because you wanted to be on their team. You wanted to do what they were doing out of fear of them. Out of what? Fear of, your family members talking about you? They talk about you anyway. They talk about you. Your whole family talks about you. Like, which we didn't think they were talking about us when we were getting high. We were dipping off and then coming back smelling like reefer. Huh? They were talking about you, man. That ain't stop you from doing that. So why let that stop you from serving the Most High? You understand? So again, y'all, be strong in this season, man. If you need counsel, if you really feeling the urge and you really having a hard time fighting against it, man, call your camp leader, man, or contact someone in the ISUPK. They'll point you in the right direction, man. Get some counsel on that. You can do it. You understand? You got brothers and sisters in the ISUPK that will do it with you. You understand? That will help you through this. Not like your family members who are going to try to coerce you to sin against the Most High. You understand? We're going to support you in your service of the Most High. You understand? And that's the way it should be. And the only place you're going to find that is in the ISUPK. And with that, I want to say, Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shabbaraka Thumb to the Akyam, Yahweh Shamar Allah Thumb Bahashem Yahweh Shai to the Akwathim. And with that, Shalom Israel. No